Welcome back to Keep It Wheel, and in this episode we're going to be fitting the decap pipe and the Delkevic exhaust system to the MT10. Stay tuned. First job is to disconnect the actual standard pipe. As you can see, it's here with all its cowlings and fittings and whatnot. There's a couple of cables to get rid of to the exhaust servo motor, and the O2 oxy sensor wires as well need to be taken out. Okay, as you can see, the silencer itself came off really easy. You've got about four Allen key bolts to undo, which are you need the M5, M4, and the the M6. Quite easy to take off. This itself actually weighs nothing. It's really light, but easy to do. 2 minutes. Okay, if you pop the seat, you're going to see the actual servo motor that operates the butterfly valve in the exhaust. If you follow the cables down, you'll see they come down, down, and into this section here. What we need to do is disconnect it from the actual servo motor and then pull the actual cables through. It's held in place with a little rubber band, look. That just pops off there. And you can free this motor up. Okay, you can unplug this from the ECU, but do not turn on the ignition because it'll throw up a fault code. So allow you to get access to the cables. You can unplug this section there, take off the actual cover that covers the cables, disconnect the cables, and then pull them through. Okay, as you can see, just a couple of screws takes the actual plate off the top of the servo motor to expose the cables. Follow that down. I've then taken the top plate off the exhaust valve. Just there, you can just see it exposes these two here. Just slacken the 10mm nut off on there, take the cables out this side, then it allows you to free it up at the top. Okay, nuts slackened off. If you unscrew actually this one 10mm spanner, this nut stays in situ. It's held by a little flange section there. You can undo this back and then just pop the cables off. I've done that on both. So then you follow it up here, gives you a little bit of slack to actually pull these and disconnect them from the servo motor. Say just a quick little tip, if you just unconnect the actual rear foot peg, it allows you to sort of like feed through the cables with ease. It saves you pushing and pulling and just dragging bits about. So nice little tip there. Undo these two, pull this out, gives you a little bit of easier access. Job's a good one. Okay, just another quick tip, guys. As you can see, if you were to put all this system back on, you want to put it on exactly as it came off. So what I've done is the cables I've marked up as cable 1 and cable 2. A little quick note on the actual exhaust there, cable 1, cable 2, and on the actual servo motor itself. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and zoom in. It's actually got cable 1 and cable 2 and the actual casing, and you can just make that out, cable 1, cable 2, just for reassembly if that was the case, if you were getting rid of the bike or anything. Okay, up next is the O2 sensors. This one, the wires are tucked neatly behind the casing, and just follow it through just to release a little bit of slack onto the actual cable. It's a 17mm spanner. So you've got one this side, you've got one that side. Undo these, take them out, and then we can start to unbolt the actual decap pipe. Decap pipe has got 4 mounting bolts, if I'm not mistaken. You've got one there, and same the opposite side. Okay, I stand corrected. There's actually only 3 mounting bolts. One over there, and the same there, the opposite side. Okay, now we're all disconnected. 10mm spanner for the actual clamp, both sides, both the O2 sensors out, all 3 mounting bolts out, and it's a case of just wiggling and levering that out. Okay, here's the decap pipe, guys. As you can see, it's quite a weighty item. It's quite easy to come off. Just a bit of jostling sideways, forwards, up and down, and there you go. Leaves the headers in situ. Okay, just thought I'd get the old case scales out for just a bit of a laugh. As you can see, we've got the decap pipe there, and she's weighing in at about 15 pounds in English money, or 7 kilos. Mass weight saving. Okay, decap off, and quite annoyingly you've got to remove the little exhaust gaskets. Now these are quite tight to fit, and I'm sure these are sort of like £15 at Yamaha, so you want to save these. The best way I found was tighten the actual clamp right up, use a little persuader with plenty of WD, and just gently ease it off. Don't hit it too hard with that, just hit it a little bit so you can you just hear it move, and then just ease it with your fingers out. Nice little tip there, guys, saves you a bit of cash later on. Okay, cleaned all the actual down pipes, took a bit all crap off on that, took all the actual bungs out for the O2 sensors and the actual clamps, and it's a case of offering it up to check she fits okay. Go, lovely, nice in. That's like I say, this is that mounting bracket that I was on about earlier in the unboxing video. Some of the exhausts haven't got this bracket that mounts off the original frame mounting, which actually I think stabilises, well, it does stabilise the actual downpipe. The others, they've not got this bracket, and so it actually moves and just relies on the silencer mounting to stabilise it. So by far better design. The only annoying thing about this is you have to use the standard bolt, but the actual nut on the opposite side is actually inside the decap pipe, so you're going to need to source another nut for that, guys. It is M8, so I recommend an M8 nylock bolt for that. Okay, ready for installation. We've got the exhaust paste correctly applied to the inside of the decap pipe. Clamps fitted, and we'll be offering it up and loosely bolted into position. Okay, next job, I'm going to offer up the actual silencer. I've just taken out the baffle. Check that out. That's just a little Allen key there, and then I've just used the back end of a rubber mallet just to tap the baffle through. You can see the baffle there, look, and that would be in there. There you go, just tap it through. That's a DB killer removed. Next thing, I'm going to offer it up onto the pipe, get the actual exhaust, the silencer mounting bracket in place, get the rubber installed, just offer everything up, see how it fits before we tighten it up and buckle it all down. Okay, so the old exhaust is roughly assembled now. I'm quite happy with it, all the placement's correct, it fitted absolutely spot on, to be fair. Again, you use your original mounting bolt for the actual rear silencer, but you've got to put a washer and M8 nylock nut on the back of that. As you can see, everything's still loosely fitted at the minute, so now I'm going to retake off the silencer, get some exhaust paste up there, get the actual clamp on there and tighten it all up.